All right, welcome to the presentation video. This is a video here, and that's my sponsor up there. So he's basically what's happening here in this video, guys, that you're going to watch is he's speaking Russian, and then he's got an English translator that's doing all the talking in English, right? So what I've done is I've edited this video down to like, I think it's 35 minutes long. Here you can see the full video on my YouTube channel. Just type in Sincere.Systems Russian to English translation presentation with, and then his name there, guys, and the video will pop up. A bunch of people have downloaded that video. So what I've done is I've taken out all the Russian in it, so it's just the English, and then just the presentation there. So it's only 35 minutes long instead of you sitting there watching it for over an hour long there, kind of thing. Okay, so that's it. And if you want to join, the link's in the video description below. See ya. Bye-bye.
My name is Ruslan I'm from Ukraine, and today I'd like to present you British investment fund Sincere.Systems Group. Why? Because I'm just a simple person, the same as a lot of you, but thanks to this company, I received my financial freedom. And the main question which everyone should ask, why to invest? But the simplest and the most honest answer would be to earn as much as you can, using as little efforts as possible. In ideal, even not to do anything, just to receive the passive income. I was seeking for this since 2017. Even before the time when I left the work where I worked as a specialist, I had some companies at Amazon and Alibaba and started some small IT projects. Do you know what united all of them? They thrived, needed my personal participation all the time, and they were scaling very with a little speed. I dreamt about automatic business. It's speaking in simple words about freedom and calmness. To be free to pay attention and give the time to family, to my hobbies, to my self-development, and about being sure that me and people close to me would have everything in future. I was lucky to build a couple of businesses which correspond to these criteria, and right now they are working. But Sincere.Systems changed my understanding about how easy the passive income can be and how big it might be. But why do we need to invest? Why one should invest? To get the capital, to get assets, to save and enlarge what you already got, to be happy from your life. You are welcome to choose any of these answers, and all of them are worth your attention and your efforts. When you understand why you need to invest, then you get another question, where? Here are 7 variants for you. You can invest into real estate, banking deposits, precious metals, securities, bonds, cryptocurrencies, and forex market. To make a thorough comparison of all of these directions, I think even 10 of such presentations would not be enough. They have different profitability, different risks, and also the different threshold of joining in. Investments can be aggressive and conservative. The first ones, I wouldn't be afraid of saying this, give you possibility to get rich like in a fairy tale, but at the same time, there is a chance of losing everything if you make a mistake. Others, they don't bring you big percentages, interests, but their main goal is to save, preserve what you have got. Forex trading were not by chance named the game. because they are aggressive investments. At least it was like that before Sincere Systems Group was created. But let's not run completely at the end. First, we would have to understand what does the Forex mean. First of all, some people think that this is the name of some kind of exchange which is not worth of your trust. But in reality, this is the short name from the name foreign exchange, and a lot of people know that this is the biggest market in the world. Here, this is the place where, starting from 1971, has all the operations with currency exchange happened. All without exclusions, banks of the world buy and sell the currency at this market. Total turnover of Forex market is more than $6 trillion a day. Try to imagine this figure. For example, Apple turnover last year was $163 billion. Canadian budget is only $650 billion. USA, for example, just almost $4 trillion. Let me turn your attention. These all figures mentioned by me are about 1 year, but the turnover of Forex every day, let me say you once more, more than $6 trillion. Well, what does it mean to invest in Forex? To speculate on rate changes, fluctuations? To buy currency when it is at a low price and then sell it when it is at a high price? This is what traders did. They did it before, at least before, the robots came to change them. Human being has a very big problem. He can or she can make a mistake. Even experienced and qualified trader cannot be 100% sure which way the curve will go in the next moment. This kind of trading, which we call manual, especially for non-experienced specialists, can remind the bets in sport. Algorithmic trading is a completely different thing. The program analyzes hundreds of factors and at the same time immediately makes a decision, and the next thing is it doesn't get tired. It doesn't have emotions. It has only set of instructions. If they are correct and very detailed, the risk of failure is minimal. But usual algorithms still have their own risks, because the algorithm which robot has was created by a human being. The program is able at a millisecond to analyze hundreds of factors, but its future decisions and actions are predetermined by its developers. My friends, Sincere Systems is completely different. I was one of the first investors of the company, and you know what turned my attention? Artificial intelligence based on the neural network. Not the script with tens of conditions, but a system which itself learning the trading and analyzes a lot of data. Every second, the neural network processes so much information, the same as tens of specialists would do in 1 week. And here this process goes non-stop more than 2 years. Artificial intelligence doesn't have weekends or holidays. It only has the task to get better non-stop. The old type algorithms, they have the possibility only to technically analyze and they are not able to come to these actions artificially in crisis situations. But artificial intellect, the same as a human being, sees the picture completely. This is the result of fundamental and technical analysis of all possible available factors. This is an ideal trader. Thanks to neural networks, Sincere System reached the profitability which can be compared with aggressive investments. At the same time, it saved the conservative level of risks. And every day it becomes only more reliable. But all of this is abstract, don't you think so? I think I have to speak a little bit more about Sincere Systems in general. Currently, Sincere Systems is more than 5,000 investors from 50 countries of the world. Those who are joining us today, they have one big luxury, don't have any doubts. Personally about me, I didn't have that trust, and I looked at the company as a startup who was not known to anyone. The conditions which at that moment I thought were too good to be truth. That's why even at that moment I learned every available information and went deeply in each aspect which I thought was important for me. And after I got trust, I reassured myself that everything is reliable. I became an investor. Currently, you don't have to go this long way because company has changed a lot since that time. Wait a second, my friends. What do you think about the 75 people staff? Very soon, the amount of people working for the company will only grow because we have already opened the representative office in Kazakhstan. Very soon, such offices will open in Russia, Belarus, Estonia, Germany, and even in India. The secret of such a great success, it may be strange, but it is easy, the professionalism. In reality, company doesn't have the tendency of saving money on its workers, employees, and to create the simple things like bicycle again. The founders went to those who can do it the best. Right now I'm talking about deployable data solutions. Just look at the numbers, the list of the companies for whom they developed such program decisions. Among them are Morgan Stanley, Deutsche Bank, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, Credit Agricole, BNP Paribas, JP Morgan, ANZ, and of course Sincere Systems, if not DDS, who are the best in the software decisions for banking sphere and financial market. Then who? Probably you thought you got used to the fact that so-called investment companies are registered somewhere at Virgin Islands, probably somewhere in offshore zone, and with a little or minimal statutory capital. Usually it's just the cost of a couple of teacups. But now look where Sincere Systems Group is registered. Great Britain. This already tells a lot about its reliability. Here you can see all the possible approvals and licenses for its activity. And now please look at the amount of the statutory capital, which amounts in whopping 5 million pounds, and this is more than $6 million. What does it say us about? About the fact that we are speaking right now about a real company that came to this market seriously and for long. And now, my friends, please pay attention. Sincere System owns the code of identification with the name LEI. Probably you didn't hear about this, and I'd like to explain you that LEI is the global database of legal entities. Simply speaking, it's a worldwide register. Right now I'm speaking about registration, about statutory capital, about LEI code. These are, in general, the information about the intentions of the company. about the intention to work honestly, effectively, for a long time, and also to follow its mission. This is the mission which you can see right now. Speaking about innovations, Sincere.Systems Group decided to create global financial ecosystem, which will give the possibility to each partner to use the innovations to receive stable income and to be happy. What the ecosystem of the company include? Right now we would look through all of the directions such as trading, pharmaceutical sphere and financial ecosystem. By the end of the presentation you would understand that Sincere.Systems Group is not just an investment company with neuron network which substituted traders. Its goal is to create a big financial ecosystem, and currently you would understand how far it went in this direction. Important investment direction of the company is trading at the international monetary market. I know what you're thinking about. First of all, these are good words, but we would like to see nice figures. Here is one of the most important slides of this presentation. I would give you one advice. Make a screenshot of this slide, and after we finish this presentation, study it better. 15.5% is average profitability of investments which are led by Sincere.Systems, but not a year, a month. Just to compare, if you open the dollar deposit in the Bank of Canada, its interest rate would amount only 4% a year. And I think you agree that 15.5% a month and 2-4% a year, it's a great difference. Of course, nothing is done for free. You would have to share the profit with investment fund. The proportions depend on your deposit. Those who invest from $100 to $500 would get only half of the income. And those who invest more than $50,000 get more 85% from general profitability of the company. As you see, there are 7 segments, 7 ways. Those who have skeptical attitude, they get the possibility to check everything with only $100 minimal investment. But those who are ready to invest, they will get a real prize, real winning. Look at this slide. Here is the statistics of technologies which we have been using for the last 30 months. Every one of them was successful. Some of them more, some of them less. But please pay attention, the profitability only twice missed the threshold of 10%. Not a year, but a month. And the tendency for its going down simply doesn't exist. This is stability. Let's speak about net profitability. It depends, of course, on the amount of investments, but it's raised from 7.7% till 13.2%. This is the percentage which in reality you will get after the company gets its own percent. I want to pay attention to the figures because they are for months, not annual interest on the profit. Thanks to compound interest, the company gives you the possibility to get from $500 into $1,452 in a year. And in 3 years into more than 16,000. In simple words, what does the compound interest mean? It gives you the possibility to get the interest not only from the initial sum, but also from the interests which were accrued after. But what if you invest $1,500? In a year, they will turn into $4,704, and in 3 years, in more than $60,000. And this is the passive passive income without the risks of losing everything. At the end of the presentation, I will repeat couple of very important words and principles of one famous person who is known to you. But now I would like to continue. These are the indicators of total profitability a year. If to speak honestly, when I calculated these percentages at first, I didn't believe my eyes. But now I'm happy to believe my incomes. Please turn your attention into comparison of simple interest and compound interest. The profitability of the compound interest a year, 12 months, is 377%. Right now it's time for us to relax and speak about weed. But basically about investment into development and production, growing of medical cannabis. Company and our partners are 100% sure that exactly this direction is very perspective. We can have different opinions about not very serious drugs, but we have to admit they would definitely be legalized. In some of the developed countries, weed is allowed to use or consume in with recreational goals. And in some other 50 countries, the certain medical forms of cannabis were legalized. Use of cannabis was legalized. And statistics shows that more than 200 million all over the world, they smoke weed. Even now, the average market of cannabis is valued into more than $300 million. Every year it's growing. And every country which legalizes the cannabis actually makes it grow even faster. This train has to be occupied before it went away. Sincere.Systems doesn't invite you to violate the law. Please even don't have in your mind the possibility of growing and selling cannabis if it is forbidden in your country. Right now I'm speaking about big investment project. Even for us, it has whopping possibility in profitability. When the project would be realized in full amount, or its average portfolio would be more than $50 million. Capitalization, which we expect to at the moment of its getting to IPO, is 100 million euros. Of course, most of the dividends would receive those who were first to invest in the company. This is the plan of the project which can make you really wealthy. The company will sell the grown cannabis to pharmaceutical networks and drug stores. Most of the countries legalize only imported cannabis. To grow it in your personal or commercial with your personal or commercial goals is forbidden. But in Portugal, you can get the license from the country and do this absolutely legally. Sincere.Systems Group offers you to invest in the company which will do growing and recycling of cannabis with the high amount of tetrahydrocannabinol, and will start supplying these things to United States, Canada, Australia, and countries of Europe. As you see, company has shown 3 investment rounds for this project. In first round, let's say right now, you can invest 10,000 US dollars, and you would get officially the owner of the shares of the company in amount of $11,000. At the second round, the coefficient of investments would get 0.9 and at the third 0.75. Approximate profitability from the sales of raw material is from 70 to 200% a year. At the same time, the cost of your shares can rise from 1,000% to 3,000% after companies coming to IPO. At last, this is the time to speak about one more financial possibility from Sincere System is Sincere Pay. You probably understood already that Sincere System is different from other companies not only by the innovations but also with systemic approach in everything and every time. Financial ecosystem is not an exclusion. The company has already launched the S-Wallet, the token, and blockchain technology as blockchain. Comparing with cryptocurrencies, S&T token emission is done in centralized way. This means that its cost doesn't depend on the other factors. It depends only on how good the things are going in Sincere Systems. And during the last 30 months, as you noticed, probably everything is okay. This token in general was created for the service goals. It is the internal currency of Sincere Pay ecosystem. It guarantees to all the financial operation to be reliable, also transparent and immediate. At the same time, you are not limited in use of fiat money and cryptocurrencies. Buying subscription for use of token gives you several advantages, such as the growth of the token cost. Also staking for the token holding, discount on creating new deposit in the company. You can pay only 2% for creating new deposit, not 5 as earlier. For better work with different currencies, the S-Wallet payment system was created. It doesn't matter which part of the world you are right now are located in, and doesn't matter which currency you use. This system would give you the maximum comfort, convenience, and speed. Here are the advantages of a multi-currency S-Wallet system. I wouldn't like to repeat it, but I want to turn your attention to the most important. The payments and exchanges of all the currencies is done immediately, and the safety is guaranteed on 3 levels. You would ask, can I pay the shopping with S-Wallet or a tour to other countries? Yes, Sincere Systems cooperates with the bank in Singapore, and once the number of investors of the company would grow for the bank, enough for the bank to issue the payment cards, you would be able to get the debit bank card which would be connected with S-Wallet. And now I would like to ask you, would you need the cards from any other banks? Sincere System would easily become the source of your main and at the same time passive income. And financial ecosystem would give you the possibility to use them without any troubles. The third rail, which is the foundation of Sincere Pay, is S blockchain. This is a private blockchain network which was created specifically for the interaction in the ecosystem. Low transaction fees, high speed of work, and total security. My friends, just think, how many investment companies do you know which use blockchain? The company doesn't give you promises year after year, it just takes and does. And then a couple of weeks passes and the company issues one more news about new product. And we are again shocked. And even now, while you're thinking, how much should I invest into the company prepares new products and new directions for us. Do you know why I like this company most of all? For detailed partners program, which doesn't make a difference between us, but makes us wealthier. Don't believe those who tell you that investments are not very good, they're boring. When by attracting the capital you can get up to $1 million in bonuses, Sincere System also has its own career ladder. As you see, 11 levels are foreseen. On each of these levels, company pays the percentage or interest based on the total amount of investments done by your partners in all depths of your group. Not only by those or from those who you invited to join the company, but also from partners from all the levels. The higher turnover of your team, the higher the interest. Starting from the fourth level, you already are being rated by $1,000 bonus. $2,000 on the fifth level, $50,000 at the eighth level, and the maximum $1 million at the 11th level. All of us know that the most difficult in this thing is to start. That's why Sincere System has offered the simplified mechanism of going from second to third levels. At the beginning, to go to the next level, only your own investments are counted. At your place, I would definitely get a lot of questions. How to withdraw funds? Do we have any hidden commissions? And so on and so forth. Because it's impossible for everything to be so smooth. But Sincere System proved it, it's possible. 1% is the commission for withdrawal, and only 5% additionally is taken when you create deposit. It is completely nothing comparing with monthly profitability of your investments. The standard term of deposit is from 12 months. The only limitation which we've got is impossibility to withdraw your deposit during the first 3 months of investment. But this is also bank practice. From the 3rd to 12th months, it is possible to withdraw money, but you'd pay 15%, which would be spent for immediate closing up of certain open deals. From the side of the company, it's a life important limitation. At least not to break the algorithms or violate the algorithms of artificial intelligence. My friends, here are our achievements in front of you. As you see, none has reached higher than 9th level. I offer you to understand this as a challenge for yourself and the possibility to become one of the first who conquered this. Together with Sincere Systems, this way would be wonderful. Oh, I remember I told you, I promised you a very important information. Currently, in this time, people are making a lot of mistakes, very often placing their current happiness higher than the future wealth. Not necessary purchases, new iPhones, new cars. Once I read that in United States they had the research and it showed that such of thinking doesn't let people to save enough of funds which are necessary for the future life. And another mistake which that study has shown is that people, they are under-evaluate the power of difficult percentages or interests for their savings. I agree. It is difficult for some people to understand this concept. They imagine that money are growing in one line, bringing more or less the same income. And this itself makes their savings and the wish to investment capital less attractive comparing with a trip to the sea or purchasing of new iPhone. I understand. It is difficult to reject such attitude, but the understanding of availability of such problem can help you a lot. And all of you know which of the factors Warren Buffett stays behind his success. Yes, you're right. This is a difficult, complicated interest. During the last 60 years, he has been promoting the power of complex interest, and this made him a billionaire. And every investor of Sincere.Systems company can easily copy him right now. And thanks to high profitability with little risks to reach results, the same results or even more in a shorter terms, because 80% of our success is to get in necessary place in necessary time. Here is the time and here is the place. Use it because it's limited. Of course, you may not be sure. Each of us can. And maybe you even get a fear. Very often this attitude is happening because of negative experience with investments, or some kind of such way of your thinking. But there is only one possibility to get rid of such thoughts, to understand how Sincere.Systems works and to do it yourself. To make correct decision, note the results and achievement which the company has already got. Ask for help from the person who recommended it to you, and after that, evaluate everything and make a decision to follow your dream, as I did myself and as did most of the partners of Sincere.Systems company. Thank you for joining me during all this presentation. Hope it was useful for you. I wish you successful investments with reliable company, Sincere.Systems Group.